Keep the cold air stable. Just like that. Now, slowly move the warm air up toward it. Keep going. The updraft looks stable enough. Now form a third current to the side. It's going to need greater strength than that. Increase the speed. No, don't let go of the other two. You need to maintain their directions. Good. Now increase the speed of the third. And swipe that quickly through the other two. A little bit faster. It needs to have enough speed to change their directions. Faster than that. Try it again. No, fix the angle first. Needs to go right through. One more try. Right down the middle. Very good. Now maintain it. And disperse. Excellent. We will practice again tomorrow, but that is all I need you to do for today. At some point, I might have you create a tornado on a larger scale, but it's best to just understand the principles of how they work when we apply it to dissipating a dust devil. But that involves elemental interactions. You still need to master your control over the wind first. It will take some time, but we are on track with the schedule, so have patience. It's up to you whether you wish to continue right now to get ahead, but the regular lesson is done for today. Castle staff will be treated to a feast later tonight in honor of the heir presumptive's birthday. So best join in the festivities while the plaza is light. I can have your escort bring some dishes to your room so you don't miss out on any of the treats. Birthdays are no different than festivals. I abstain from all of them. 36 is a bit too old for coddling. And besides, he'll be indulged plenty by the rest of the kingdom. He could do without the additional ego stroking. One ruler of that nature is already enough. Honestly, the nephew taking after the king more than the daughter would be especially ironic. Though I'm happy to count my blessings that I've been spared of his more detestable traits. He is more than well aware of what I think of him. There's no point in keeping those thoughts to myself. When you are in my position, you have the luxury of honesty. But in your case, I would hold my tongue, else any rats hear you through the walls. When you've lived under the same roof as the man your entire life, the face he puts on for the public becomes all the more sour. There's nothing pleasant about him. Ha! His looks are more of a curse than a blessing. The longer he maintains his youth, the more pathetic he'll look when he succumbs to his ailments. I may feel some sort of satisfaction when that day finally comes, but in the end it changes nothing. My position stays the same. I would have been first in line, but unfortunately, birthright means little compared to favoritism. His Highness has his own view of perfection. In this case, it's his prized nephew. His Highness's views on perfection are quite narrow. Anything he deems to be a flaw tends to be beyond the control of any human being. He fancies himself a god of sorts, but the irony is he has no control over his own mortality. Naturally, his belongings go to the next in line when he dies. If he were to divide them equally between every one of his children, each would get a single utensil to their name. Willing everything to his nephew will be his final parting gift to me as a reminder of what I can't have. But he fails to understand that there are things you can only have when you aren't the face of perfection, unless you wish to permanently taint that image. The heir presumptive must play his part and do what is expected of him. He will take the throne, tend to every problem his people have regardless of what it is, suck up to all the members of court and international liaisons, attend every festival in his name, marry some bumbling noblewoman whose only worth outside of her family's coin is her blood, and churn out children until they get their perfect little wind mage to carry on the family legacy. Just like a perfect little king. There's always a blessing within the curse of imperfection. When you are flawed, no one bats an eye at any other flaws that crop up. One mistake is equivalent to 100. Make no mistake, I have made none over the course of your time here. Unless you disagree. If so, please do share your thoughts. It isn't out of turn if I allow you to do so. I can order you to be honest if I need to. As someone who was raised among dishonesty, I will have no trouble determining whether you are or aren't. There are no punishments for honesty here. You are free to speak your mind for this at least. Don't forget, I don't exist. No need to hold your tongue about someone who doesn't represent the image of the royal family. That is the beauty of this arrangement. You are to respect me as you would any other of royal blood. But we have much more flexibility in what we are able to discuss with each other. I don't have to keep up appearances as long as I stay within these walls. You can respect me by giving me a proper answer to my question. So, what are your thoughts? Have there been any noticeable blunders? Speaking ill of the undertakings of the highest position is no mistake on my part. It is intentional and calculated. There are more ears in this palace than those of His Highness and the heir presumptive. Not all of what is said here is meant solely for their ears. It is especially important for you to hear. Who else can I complain to about my woes? One thing I don't have much luxury in is handpicking my staff. And most of the ones I have chosen myself would benefit from not being kept from doing their work. Else time would be wasted. But you are in a unique position where that isn't the case right now. Your job description is to serve me in any way I see fit. If I require someone to listen to me vent my frustrations and console me once I'm finished, then that is what you will do. I will decide if that is necessary or not. But fortunately, you shouldn't expect too much of that. Needing to be coddled is one thing I am grateful to not have inherited. For now, you need only listen, which you have done well with so far. That is all I require from you today. You are more than welcome to take part in the festivities now. Your escort will bring you back to your room before the plaza becomes crowded. Have a list prepared of the treats you want for tonight so she can get them for you. You won't miss out on anything. Yes, please enjoy yourself. You've earned it. You are always welcome to more lessons, but it's up to you whether you want to continue today or not. Give it some thought, then. Of course. I'll be here if you need me.